what you're doing to me now. They lie, they steal, they fooled us. Deep down I probably knew this. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. They made us lose our focus. The very same hands that formed us. Go build a better tomorrow. For you I'd make it a rainbow. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one told us. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you were bright white gold.
Nice. I like that tune. I like the tune. We're going to get into that. My thumbnail might be a little bit of a lead into some of the nonsense I was dealing with again today. Yeah, I've had a journey with copyright striking in my lives. And got an update on that, and I just wanted to follow up on that. It's kind of funny. I mean, I don't even care. I'm not even mad about it. Well, actually, I'm kind of pissed about it, but in a very funny, laughable way, you know, like you would hug a little, what are those little animals? What was those little bears? Ewok. Like if you were hugging an Ewok from Star Wars. Anyway, so I'm going to bring John on. It is, I don't know what day, because these are pop-in streams. And I thought it was this Thursday, but I just realized that was last week. This is Wednesday. And so glad to have you. See all these faces in here. We're going to jump in and say hi to you guys in a second and get caught up. But you know what? It's not just a JA night. It's John too. So let's go grab our friend John. And let's see if I can get my mouse to work, because that would be grab the right one, you goob. So this is what happens. John and I were talking backstream about I'm bringing you in, John, so be aware here. How you doing, man? Bueller. So we were talking backstage about how it feels. Again, I mentioned it recently, how it feels like it's been a month. And sometimes
right.
you just feel like, where is everything? What's happening? I don't know where my music is. How you doing, man?
It's true.
Good to see you. It's good to see you.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. I was thinking the same thing when you mentioned that. I was like, it doesn't feel like a week. It feels like a month.
It's like a month
by.
Oh my God. I don't even know what you ate in the last day or two. Like, that should be something I know. I should know if you've had a donut or something. I think it's so dumb that I don't know I know you're a stranger to me now. You're not.
I know. Stranger. You're a stranger.
You're stranger danger. You know what? Let's flash through. Let's get everybody caught up just so we can say hi. Dr. Rob Allen. He gave us a little smiley face. Always good to see Dr. Rob. We're moving around a lot on our stream, so if we miss you, I apologize. But if you're in here saying hi and dropping a hi before you head out again, we adore you. Thank you so much. Here's Mom Ryan. I missed it.
Hi.
Here's Mom Ryan. She's my mom too. As we've already I wrote her a couple times a day, and she's like, "Fine, call me mom. It's fine." So that's going on. That's going to freak out John a little bit. Speaking of mommy, Lala.
Hi, Lala.
Lala.
Hello.
I'm honored again because I think a week from this Saturday at 4 a.m. my time, I have to get up again to do another Notion stream over there. So, John, if you don't mind, I'm probably going to want to have coffee with you that morning.
Yeah. I'll be in bed.
I'll be in bed. Well, you know, put the coffee next to you when you go to bed. Cashew, managing the room as she always does.
Cashew.
Carrying a whip and also some Werthers in case you need some candy.
Sometimes it happens.
It does. Like, you know, my father's in a nursing home.
Butterscotch.
He's always like, "Hey, I need some Werthers." I was like, dude, you know, that's just like 10 bucks a bag, my friends. Let me say hi quick to our good friend Darlene, who lives up just the road from me. I'm just going to run through this because I want to get caught up. And
hey, Darlene.
You should never look ahead and see Tommy posting things. It's just terrible. Terrible for your soul.
The Hood Mike. Hey, Giga Art. What's up, Gigi? How you doing?
Yeah, Gigi's in the house. Something good comes along like Gigi. She makes up for people like... Yeah, you do need big hands for a big old John hug. Like he's a bear of a guy. Yeah. The only thing bigger than in John is his ego, but you know, it's okay.
Wow.
Ouch. That was a shot. It's been a while. I'm feeling a little bit, well, it's been a week in the day.
I felt like really like we were easing into things until that comment. Now,
yeah, I
feel like the rug was pulled out from underneath me.
I could never pull a rug out from under you. It would be impossible. I would break a back or vertebra or something. I'm feeling frisky.
I don't want to blow a hip out.
Dude, I never want to blow a hip out. I got a neighbor who's getting a hip replacement. Oh my God. I just can't even imagine. So I wasn't watching the stream.
Debbie Gibson called and she wants her hat back.
That comes from John. So that's John's shot over here. Is that you taking that shot at me?
No, that's what Tommy just texted me that.
Oh, okay. It sounds like something he would do. If Debbie Gibson wants her hat back, she can come over here and get it.
Sorry, Tommy.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tommy.
Not everything's about Debbie. Anyway, he said he has the AirPods in, and when Barry White started talking, I had to look. I know he does sound like Barry White, man. Tell
me?
Yeah, you do.
No, I do not. I do not.
You got a sweet Barry voice.
Barry White. Barry White's got that deep.
He's probably
voice.
About an octave lower than you.
Yeah, easily.
You know, but by most people's standards, you are like a Barry White kind of normal dude.
I'm kind of sexy like that. It's true.
You are kind of sexy, especially when you wear those shirts that make me want to pass out in the camera lights.
Yeah, I mean, people say I'm tons of fun, but I don't know if it's a weight joke or not. Not really sure. But
you don't know whether to laugh or cry or both.
Right.
Are you making fun of me?
They don't laugh when they say it, so I'm not really sure.
Well, here's the trick, John. If they're running away from you, it was probably to be mean. If if they're laughing with you, then they probably feel safe to.
I don't run, but don't make me walk fast and let me catch you. So,
DH2, how you doing? I used to see you. Oh, Danielle the bearded.
Daniel.
Oh man.
Do you know how many people do that? They do that to my wife too.
I do. I've done.
She's Danielle, and they call. I think her. That's where some people call Daniel.
Here's the thing. I called your wife Daniel probably about 4 times, and you kept correcting me. Now I'm always so worried about it. So I say Danielle, and now I see that name, and I'm like, oh, Danielle. So I'm like, I'm conditioned now not to be screwing around with. I apologize.
What's going on, Daniel? How you doing, man? Nice
Daniel,
to see you.
You can have this hat. That's probably a mean thing to give him.
You know, we got a nice compliment from Daniel a couple weeks ago, so I just want to let you know that he, kind of said that some of the stuff that we've been doing and he's been watching and catching on, he's been using in his streams and stuff, and you could really see it because, his cameras, his background, his audio is all like really improved, and he's always into stepping up that game. So I appreciate that from you saying that. Thank you.
Ditto. Love that. We've had some really incredible comments. I really appreciate all that. And then there's Tommy,
Yeah. A lot of people said that, but I always say, there's a lot of people that have said it to us, and this was recent. This was like literally 2 weeks ago.
Doesn't matter.
Point it out.
I don't get the Debbie I never got the Debbie Gibson thing, when she was doing the whole, the whole mall route, the gigs where she was all over the mall.
Yeah, but that was the kind of thing right there. Remember Amber? I think it was, right? Was
they all
Amber,
did it.
Or, I think I'm alone now. Something, right?
No, it's not Amber. Somebody will know.
It's not Amber. It starts with an A, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was.
The mall thing was a huge deal
for a
for
singer from the 60s.
Oh God, that could be so many people. I mean,
yeah, I know. I can't remember. It was the 80s. So
here's our friend recovering
Tiffany.
from Christmas.
Thanks,
Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was Amber.
Wow.
I'm like
Amber. Wow, you were close. There was an A in both.
Yeah, there was an A involved.
There's an A in
just not in that. Not in hardly that.
No. You know what to talk after the show if you keep screwing up things like this, sir.
Yeah, Todd. Thank you, Todd.
Todd's awesome. Todd, are you ready for Christmas 2023? 22, rather?
We're moving right in. We're moving right into it.
Hey, everyone. Well, he covered it all in one shot. So I see Sammy, and now Sammy's got Sammy's got a little Sammy. Puts him in his pocket. Forgot what he calls him. Saw that little deal. It was kind of
Sammy in a pocket.
Sammy in a pocket. I hope he gets a chipmunk voice. That would be very cool. Make sure, Sammy, when you have a little Sammy in a pocket, it's like that chipmunk sounding voice. That's what you need to have when they're small like that. You know what, Tommy, you know a lot about Debbie Gibson and Tiffany. Just saying.
Well, I mean, that was our thing back then. You too, bro. You must,
No, I never put any concept in what their songs were or who they were at all. I only joined the fan clubs.
You never had a pair of penny loafers? Come on.
No, never did. Honestly, nope.
Jeez.
Never had penny loafers. No, man, that's just.
You don't wear penny loafers in Mississippi?
They did actually. There's a lot of preppies down there. Always wore, wore the polo shirts. They had the whole thing. Then the penny shoes. I couldn't afford the polo shirts because I was dirt poor, and so we the knockoffs like with the gator. And then they had the knockoff horsey guy, and you'd get them at like Kmart, with your husky jeans, for like $9. And you go in and you're like, I look just like you guys, except your shirt was $50 more than mine, and I'm still not cool. And I'm the only person who wasn't born in this town.
The thing then was La Tigra. Remember La Tigra?
Mm-hmm.
That was really popular.
That's right.
Mid 80s.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, Tommy's going to tell us how there's probably a whole La Tigra eBay page.
Thanks. Darlene just said, she's like, you guys have been gone too long. I appreciate that. That's nice.
I just saw it.
I must admit, like the way Jeff feels, and he was talking to me about this today and just saying that it feels like each week feels like a month gone by. It really does. And I haven't even been able to stream as much as I've wanted to, just because of been really busy. This weekend my son had the basketball thing, he started lacrosse, and that's a lot going on there. And dang. And then did you get snow?
We got Monday we got between 5 and 7 inches. Okay. So that sucked because it was really heavy along the lake here, lake effect. But so I shoveled it, and then by 5 o'clock it all melted, so I don't know why I bothered shoveling.
Right. I shoveled really quick. We got slushy stuff, lots of slushy.
I hate that stuff, man. It's just, I'd rather have 8 inches of the light snow, but it's, we're in March, man. We're heading down that pass, so, let's do it. Yeah. So it does feel like a long time.
We're in the home stretch.
We're in the home stretch. Next month is April. I hate rushing it, though, because the years go too quick. Todd says, I'm absolutely ready. New episodes begin March 16th.
All right.
Yeah,
don't say rush.
We don't want to get in. You know what, Tommy? Don't get in.
New kids on the block, man. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Before we get into our little tech business here, that's a great thing. Guys, just go ahead and throw in. What was your first recollection of a concert you went with? Should be by yourself?
That's a good one.
I say if you,
whatever your first one is. No,
okay. It doesn't matter if you went with your parents, because I don't want people saying I went to some Muppets concert at the local Emporium with their parent. A Muppet show is not a concert. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Okay, it has to
I don't
be
even think
music.
like when I was young, I told you I went to the Ritz Theater. That's not really a concert, But I'm like, if I think about like the first concert, honestly, it was probably when I was 14, and it was the Jackson 5. I would say so.
Oh, wow. That's a really killer. Oh, my God. I didn't have any of that luck. I don't even remember.
That's my biggest one, my first one. It was the Victory Tour, 84 Victory Tour.
84 was the first real concert I went to, too. I lived in a small town in Tennessee, Mississippi, my high school years, so there was nothing around. But the only reason I saw them is I was up your way. In 84, Hall & Oates did a Statue of Liberty concert for HBO, and that was the first stop on my European tour. So we went out to the Statue of Liberty, got on the thing. Amy Mann was there, No Voices Carry, remember that? She opened for Hall & Oates, and I'm like, this is a great first concert to go to. They were renovating the Statue of Liberty at that point. And HBO had a concert there, and that's a whole fun deal because of the thing with your dad and
my dad toured with Hall & Oates. I think the year or two before.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I just love that. What's he saying here? I was in southern Jersey a few weeks ago. No, that's probably below the Mason-Dixon line, and I found a pair of '80s track sneakers in '80s. TJ Maxx, brand new, was sold in Kmart in the 80s. How does that happen? Somebody,
that's pretty cool.
It's like that box that's been sitting way in the back of a government building forever.
Bought a big lot. That's it. Kmart went out of business probably when they did, and they bought a big lot, and it's been sitting somewhere, for 10, 15 years. Because
now my question is, are they worth anything, Tommy? I mean, brand new.
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
Jim, how you doing? Big, warm.
Hey, Jim.
Where Jay Smith is for him to be wearing short. Yeah, it's not. It's actually very cold down here. But I'm manning up, man. I'm from this area. Once it gets above 30, I'll get back into short sleeves. So we're over 30s now. So it feels like spring already. Appreciate it, Jim. Nice to see you, my friend. Oh, guess whose birthday Sunday? We may have to do a stream on Sunday quick and say happy birthday to our fine stream bud, Darlene. Oh, Queen.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my God. That was your first concert.
That is, I was just saying because I saw that. That is epic.
Oh, that's epic.
That is epic.
Hall & Oates. Oh, Queen would have been that whole thing with Queen. That story with Queen. Everything about that's really cool, man. Oh, my God, Todd. The Statler brothers. You had to be 9. Oh, my God. That was a while ago. I never went to anything like that, but my grandparents are so into the Statler brothers. I remember that. Oh, the Monkees. Yeah, I never saw the Monkees, but I always thought it'd be kind of cool. I remember they were in Memphis.
Who saw the Monkees?
Jim. His oldest sister did. The Philly Spectrum. And Jimi Hendrix was the opening act. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
What was this, like 1967? 68?
My mom and dad saw Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Oh, my God.
Right? Yeah.
That is insanity. Oh, my God. I want to give a big shout out to Lake. How you doing? Lake's doing some yeoman work, some heavy lifting on their own channels, and it's been a lot of fun to check in, see what's going on. They've been a huge supporter over here and just been very kind to me and to John and to the stream. And I just want to say thank you very much for everything you've done for us. And you're a gem. I appreciate that. Thank you for stepping in. Tommy says probably
nice to see you.
Yeah, probably 80 to 100 right now, but I'm going to hold them for a conversation piece. I was embarrassed to own them, and he's proud as friends to own them now. I know that's not what he meant, but I'm just going with it. I know what you meant. Yeah, everybody's going to say hello to Lake. That's great. There's a hello to John from Lake.
I know. I got a hello, too.
I know you did.
Thank you.
She's a sweet person, so it's going to happen. Well, yeah, I wanted to get he had a date here. I think it was in 68, yeah. That's what I would suspect, around 68.
My mom's here, so she saw that was 68, and then my mom just said she saw Hendrix in 69. My mom saw, my mom and dad, my mom met Peter Frampton like 5 times. She says, I knew it was at least like 2 or 3. So
well, that had to be boring.
Yeah, right.
No, it's just Peter Frampton.
Between the two of them, they've met some really big people. Like, I wish I should I hope they document something. But like I said, they spent a day. They met John Lennon in New York City, like a long time ago. But just a lot of different people. We still are fortunate to have such a bridge back to what I think is one of the coolest. I mean, obviously one of the harshest times of our generations. Obviously during the 60s, there was so much with Kennedy and Vietnam, but
and the civil rights stuff that was going on. Heavy stuff. But the musicians and the, I don't know, just something, the bigger than life people that were going on back then. So to have people that we know that had connections to them in some way, to me is, I don't know.
Music meant more. I don't know if it meant more, but maybe it meant more to my generation and before. So
here, I'll put it to you this
way.
I'll put it this way. When Hendrix and people were going out and writing music during that time, the Beatles, for things that were going on around them, war, civil rights, things that were changing, equal rights for women. I mean, not saying they weren't doing it for money, but it was such a different animal. A lot of it was, they were doing it for a lot of their own altruism. And now it just feels like everything, I hate to say this, but it feels like so social virtualizing, you know, a lot of it. Like, and that's a way to make money too. I get it. It's just part of the game. But sometimes you wonder, is there heart really in it? Or are you trying to market your way into a viral clip? I don't know. So I'm with you on that. I just feel like some of the
whole feel is different.
Let's just say that maybe it just felt like there's a little more soul behind that.
Right.
And then someone will probably come up and burst my bubble on that.
Yeah, because you know what it is though. That's why I said for my generation, because I think there is a lot of heart and soul in some of the music. It just doesn't relate to me right now as much. So
well, I'll give you one. This will make you all jealous, but played the House of Blues in LA a few times, and one time I played, I met the Hanson brothers, so there's that.
Oh, they're talented, bro. But they are talented.
You know what? I used to make fun of when Mbop came out, and I have to tell you, right, those brothers
and they're from Jersey.
They're freaking talented, man. And
are they?
You know what?
They're from Jersey, right?
I believe so. And you know, they're either from maybe more in the mid. I thought they were more from the middle part of the country.
Okay.
Kansas.
What's the other brothers are all from Jersey?
Not only were they extremely talented, I'd say they were some of the nicest people I ever met. So I'm just gonna lay that out there.
Yeah. The Hansons.
Hanson brothers.
Tom Hanks did a movie. Remember Neighbors?
Yeah. Why are you telling me that?
Next door neighbors, Hansons, in the basement.
Oh yeah. Dan Aykroyd was in that, wasn't he? That was
yes. Dan Aykroyd was in that.
I remember the neighbors. Yeah, that was something. Bring on Maury, Jeff. You are not the father. Oh God, no. I had that tested. I'm good, man. They're not my kids.
Right.
Not Hansons. I people. That Hansons. That's fine.
Klopex.
I like the idea of somebody
Klopex.
I have this vision of Elo or whoever, like just kind of like doing their little stream. He's jogging away. He's busy. This is how he's doing it. Dropping in, fellas. Give a little quick hi, pass. That's cool, man. I think people don't realize that's actually kind of cool. Like, just come in. I don't care. It's fun. Say hi. See your face. We're only here once a week at the moment. So, come in and say hi, man. I don't care. It's great to see you guys. We've been here already 20 minutes. Haven't dropped one tech thing for you people. We'll get to it in a second. But it's fun to see people say hi. And
I miss people, and it's nice to catch up a little bit and have a little conversation with people we haven't seen.
At the end of the day, it's the people that you and I really just love them hanging out with the people and talking shop. So,
thanks, Elo. He was streaming earlier, so he might be streaming right now. I don't even know.
Bring us on. We'll come on live. We'll just bring our remix stream with all of our 30 best friends, and we'll come over and say hi to you. And we're like, hey, man, what's going on?
So,
Head.
What are we doing today?
I think you meant Clint East. No, what is it? Head. I met Head East. They was cool. Who's Head East?
I don't know that.
That might be is that a heavy metal band? I don't know. What genre is that? Let me know. What were you saying?
Sweetwater Mongrel.
Jesus. Stop.
Bread.
Stop. So, Jen's. Oh God, should we do it? You think she's had a drink? Jen. I know. I always say Jen's.
I see Culver.
Here's the thing. I'm like the worst because I read what I see, and I don't spend a lot of time deciphering. I see Jen, so I'm like, Jen's. Hey, it's in her name. Jen. I don't say multiverse. I could call her multiverse if that makes you happy, but Jen,
she's multi-talented.
She's very multi-talented, and she has a multiverse along with Marvel, and so I hope she's getting monetized on that. She gets monetized in a universe, so that's cool. And the other universe, she's probably doing a different. She's not doing eBay.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So anyway, can I, as people drop some stuff, I just want to show you this really quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Believe it or not, and I haven't really touched it up too much. Right here, this picture you're seeing.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
That's the Elgato face cam.
You got a face cam. It's so cool that you're putting it on your face, bro.
It's pretty nice, right?
Yeah, I have to say, do I think it's as good as the Canon? No. Or the Sony?
I don't, well,
no, but
yeah. No, it's not.
It's straight up pretty good, though. It's straight up pretty good.
But
no, it's
this is
really
by
good.
far the best webcam I've ever used.
Yeah,
I mean, this blows
that's no doubt.
the Logitech 920 out of the water.
How much does it cost compared to a 920, though?
I got it brand new for $160.
Well, people were paying that for used N20s a year ago. I think they were back down to their normal, like 60, 70-ish maybe, or whatever. I don't know. I haven't been on them in a while.
I mean, I don't know. I'm really happy with it. And remember,
That's pretty nice.
It likes a little bit more light than this, but because it's really dark right in here.
But I think because you have it on the side where the light's hitting you and it's a little bit closer, you're popping off the screen with the way you have it set up. Looks great, man. I'm actually really impressed for $150. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez.
me too.
Wow, I'm really happy for you. Jen's happy too. She's gonna be monetized in 2032. About the time
2032.
Tommy realizes all the kids he didn't know he had. Tommy said that's the Krillin cam. Stop lying.
That's the Krillin cam.
Yeah, you got a face cam, man. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, the face cam. I mean, I'm going to be putting together like a cheap stream package. I mean cheap in like $600 of what a basis like serious streamer. Sure. And that's going to be included in that setup. So because you can't beat it for the price. No,
you're going to get some. For $600, you could do a crazy amount for a setup and look fantastic. Jim, I just want to say, check you later, man. He says his wife got it from a nap. You know what that means. She's got to use the computer. Thanks for stopping in, though. I know this is a horrible time of year for dogs and mud, man. My two dogs keep bringing in mud, and it's just like, oh, geez, it's driving me crazy, man. Lake says she loves the backgrounds. Well, I got to come back.
Yeah, come back.
This isn't all about John. He thinks it is. He thinks it is. Yeah, let's bring it up closer and see if we can. Thank you so much. Let's bring in the big boys here. Look at us. You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lake. Appreciate that. Yeah, we do okay. I mean, the problem is, Lake, there's not much we can do with what's in front of us here. John and I are what we are, and we've owned it. We don't care. Is that $160 price seems lower? I thought it came out at like $2 and a quarter or something.
It came out $200. And I'm not sure, but I remember on Black Friday, we were telling people to go to Elgato itself, and they were selling for $160. And so I was able to probably pick up something from somebody that never ended up using it. So I bought it off of eBay. It was not even opened, and I saw one cheaper that was on today, and it was $150 shipped. And I just think for the price, it's outstanding.
I was really impressed with it, and I'm glad you got it because I'm not going to spend $160 on another camera right now. But I'm glad you did because I really wanted to know the truth on that camera. I mean, I've seen some good reviews on it, but that looked really sharp. And what's nice is you have a Sony, a Canon, and then to see that up against your face cam. That's a great way to represent. Yeah. You know?
I mean, you don't get the blurry background, right?
No, you're not going to get the bokeh.
You know? I mean,
so what?
I got it lower kind of in front of me right here. But I think in general, though, I could tweak these colors a little bit, but man,
you are popping off. Again, that's lighting. And that's what we always try to tell people. Get some, don't overspend, but get some little lighting and you get a $160 camera. I don't care. Go get a USB, an MV7 or something, and mic. I mean, you could really have a nice setup on the cheap. Yeah. And I know cheap is relative, but compared to what you could spend and when you don't need to spend, let's get caught up. I love that. I'm so glad you brought that in. The slow rotation is very sexy. I've always wanted that. He beat me to that, but that might be something I put some money into. Lake says, I'm so generic with most of my videos, but I try. You do try, and no, you don't Don't feel bad about it. You all have some awesome setups. Thank you. And if you ever need help,
Thank you.
please come ask or DM us. And if there's anything advice you want, heading and just looking around or just some thoughts, just hit up John or I.
Is never like our Jeff, right? And me is our idea is never to just be a standout and look at our stuff. It's more about utilizing this stuff because we are the tech channels. So wouldn't it be weird to see people who were tech channels and didn't sound good or try to improve their looks and their sound? So really it's just about giving that information back to you guys and you guys taking whatever you want to learn from it and rolling with it. I mean, that's our main thing.
But to John's point is, we started with the most terrible cameras, $19 cameras, $19 little lights. We know what it's like to start dirt cheap, figure it out, struggle, want better, and then work our way up. But we have to do better in order, otherwise people won't take you credible. But John's putting together a really cool idea, and that is to show people, look, there's ways to do this very, very cheap, and you don't need to create a $3,000 studio. It's nuts.
I don't want people to say, oh, well, he's got a $1,000 camera.
Right.
No. I could take this $160 camera, these lights, and this mic setup, and look what you can do with it. And so that's what I want.
Incredible.
That's what I want to show.
Yeah,
people.
Sammy, I agree with you. I think a face cam at that price point is very interesting. I really love it. Look at our friend in Visa. Look at this up there in Alaska, doing her thing.
There in Alaska.
Send us some oil. Send us some oil.
Hello.
Oh, Steve. Steve's a great guy. Steve's one of these guys. What I love about Steve is, he's a fan. He's bought some coffees. We don't care that people buy us coffees.
Yeah,
but we love it. But I just love the fact that Steve doesn't have time. He's a working dude. Often he just puts us on, like a lot of people. They put you on as like a podcast or a radio. And I think that's a great compliment. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for hanging around. Aloha to you, my friend.
Patrick?
Great to see you.
Yeah, Steve pops in. He says, all the time about how much YouTube he consumes, and he's serious about YouTube. He loves it, and so I appreciate you coming in and saying hi to us.
Very much. Look, we both are handsome. Not just one of us this time where we have to fight it out and we get all hurt and bent out of shape, and then there's like this war. We both are handsome in this one, so it's all good. The show's going to finish okay, and I'm sure Bigfoot would agree, no doubt. Thank you. Appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
Oh, Patrick's in the room. I can't say in the house. I hate that. I hate everybody says in the house all the time. You guys look marvelous. Thank you.
Marvelous. Just marvelous.
Again, he put plural on there. So again, we don't have that one person thing. John just gets really hurt when he's the only one getting the good look comments because he feels bad for me. See the look on his face? He was like loading up. He was like loading up like, oh, what are you saying? Where are you going with that? Yes, Sammy, thank you. It's 160 Best Buy and other sites.
There you go.
Oh, it does look it very much better than a camcorder for sure. Absolutely. Sony, Canny, and Elgato. Yeah, you got to try to do it there.
Speaking of a camcorder, that was the next thing I was going to show you in a little bit.
Oh, you got a camcorder? Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do before you do that. I'll go for it.
Okay.
Finish your thought. I'm sorry, I stepped on you.
I was going to say, this is a Sony Handycam from 22 years ago. I bought this personally myself, and
I'll figure it out, John.
So for the I'm getting sick. For the longest time, these are high 8 video tapes that you actually put in here, like this,
right?
And so I've had these tapes because, here's the serious thing. 20 years ago, you had these tapes. What are you playing them on? What are you doing with them after you got them?
Right.
So no one knew. So this thing sat around, and I literally have people's weddings and stuff like that on tapes that they've never seen. So I bought this little box off of Amazon for about $16. And it's got your typical AV inputs, the white, the yellow, and the red. So it's the sound and the video. And I connected this, and I hooked it up to the encoder, which would be my if you had an Elgato 4K, encoder, you can go into that. But I put it into my computer, and it played straight out of this. and right to my OBS. I recorded it, and now it's on my hard drive. So while you're messing around, you could come back. I'm going to connect this, and I'm going to show you what this actually looks like right on camera.
Okay.
So isn't that cool though? Like,
It's cool,
and then
actually.
get this, Jeff. Those Sony batteries that we use for our Dasny lights.
Yeah, they work with that.
It works in that camcorder.
It's really nice when that happens, though, right? Because just to get, I gotta buy another pair of batteries. Oh my god,
The battery was dead. You know, the batteries from Radio Shack. I still says Radio Shack on the back when I bought the backup battery.
Yeah, we'll get you some steak. I got plenty of cows. There's a cow farm down the road. I'll get you some steaks. As long as you send me a barrel of oil. But check this out. So Steve's wife just started her YouTube channel on cooking Hawaii and Filipino dishes.
Oh, cool.
He's excited for it.
Nice.
Helped her out and got her 20 subscribers. Well, yeah. After we're done here, we'll drop that channel and get over and check how, because I could use a little tips on cooking Hawaiian and Filipino dishes. Do you have an affiliate link for that camcorder?
For the cam, do you know these are selling for upwards of $250?
Oh, I don't doubt that. And I was waiting for Tommy to jump in because he said don't waste any of the high 8 tapes. Whoops. Ones are starting to soar in price.
Nothing yet.
Do you have anything unwrapped? Any of those tapes? Or are they all used?
Yeah, they're all open, unfortunately.
Okay. How you doing, Stuart? We're awesome people, he says. You're awesome too. John's kind of awesome. He's okay. We'll swap. Awesome. Yeah, we'll swap the. I'll meet you at the border, and Fizo, I'll give you a cow, and you give me a barrel of oil. Probably way about the same. You've been to Hawaii, right? Because you have relatives in Hawaii. I thought maybe you've been to Hawaii.
No, I haven't.
It's on my list. I would love to go to Hawaii. Has anybody been here? I'm sure there's got to be somebody in here that's been to Hawaii. Let me know what you thought of the trip and the whole experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be amazing, right?
Yeah, it is awesome, Steve. Cashew Sight. Check her out channel. Yeah, doing a great role. Best wishes for Tommy.
So, yeah, so that was exciting. So now I have this stuff on the hard drive, and eventually I'm going to have some gifts for a few people that haven't seen these things in a million years.
I bet you Patrick's been there. He said Hawaii is awesome. Unless he's just, been on the internet a lot and gone to a lot of Hawaii pages.
On the internets? He's
been on the interwebs checking it out. I would love to go to Hawaii. And Fiza's with me. She's going to go to... We'll all meet up there because it's a cheap little trip.
Someday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you like the climate up there, I'm assuming. If you're being held hostage, you just got to send an SOS. We'll send, SEAL team up there. We're entering our third winter this year. Yeah, we'll extract you. We'll send a team up there to extract you. I get the feeling, though, you like it up there. But, I like it here, too. But I got to be honest with you. About February, when we're getting those minus 20s for highs, I'm just like,
Right. Enough.
I want to go somewhere where it's warm just for like a minute. Boy, Aaron came in here just swinging. Look at this. Ladies, I know he's talking about everybody else, but kind of like just feel like a victim.
Hey, Aaron.
How you doing, Aaron? Nice to see you and your face, my friend. How you doing? We got to get caught up.
Does this look retro?
Yeah, I got to full screen. Hang on. This is going to be...
Dude, this looks like it's from 19...
You know what this is? This is Stranger Things footage. That's the thing, that show on Netflix I was telling you about. It's from the 80s. It's got that vibe. Oh, this is right up there. This is right up there with the Kennedy assassination tapes.
Exactly like camcorder footage from 1990.
85.
That is awesome.
I don't know, man, but it really is awesome. You got to get that stuff on digital for your people, though. It's too bad it's on tape.
That's the little box that does it all. Right there. But yeah, that's all. That's all. I just wanted to show you that I'm so happy that came through.
Very cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, you can use that same interface, I'm sure, to run off. I have an old TiVo with stuff I want to get off of that, and you can run those same cablings out.
As long as it's got the AV.
You have the RG. You have to have the video. Yeah.
Yes. As long as you got that, you can get it off there and then just go right to that box, and it plays it, and you can record it right on OBS. $16, man. Can't go wrong.
Here, yeah.
Love it.
Patrick says do it vlog style and point to yourself with the camera. Yeah, I want to see like a Blair Witch motif. Do it. Like do it.
I
go
want
down to your,
to, but it's
get,
like...
No, get under your desk and pretend like it's Blair Witch. And there's witches outside.
Blair Witch.
Yeah, there's witches out there. Hang on. I'll get rid of this. John, is there anybody with you? Are you alone?
No.
Okay.
I hear voices.
Do you?
I don't think I'm alone.
Oh my God,
I think they're in the woods.
John.
I don't know what to do.
The phone call's coming from in the house.
I hear them. Get out if you can.
No, those voices are in your head. I don't know. I don't know if that's an old movie from the 80s, like a scary movie, or if that is like you're a correspondent, you know, from Iran. Remember how bad that footage was when the first Gulf War was going on? It had that same vibe. Guy under a desk with a helmet that didn't fit, no strap on.
Strap on.
On his chin.
Whoa. That's a whole different movie.
It's a whole different genre.
Jesus. Aaron, where's Aaron been? Jeez.
I know. You know what? Like, I was trying to get John to watch Stranger Things, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, I think the new season is coming out June or July, or is it next year even? It may even be next year. Like, they got way laid behind, and they're only going to have like one more season, maybe, then 2 parts. I think it's weird, but they're gonna arc. They're gonna end it. It's a great show. I love that show. It's one of my favorites. The only thing is they've been waiting so long to get everything with COVID. These kids that were young are going to be like, you know, graduating college. So it's going to be kind of weird.
Right.
Yeah. What's behind you? Oh, Annie, almost missed her.
Hey,
Hiya.
Annie.
How you doing, Annie?
Nice to see you.
It's always good to see you, Annie.
Arizona, Annie.
Arizona, where it's freezing cold. Where you actually have grass, right? It's probably freezing cold for them, but you know, yeah. You know what? I'm you know, not even just spring weather, but just okay. Here's how it goes for me. I'm just gonna say spring for me.
True.
Things don't trip completely to summer until I have leaves on trees. Once I see it, even when it gets warmer, when there are no leaves on the trees, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't care if they're small little buds. I need to see some leaves, and then things change.
Leaves on the trees.
Leaves on the trees. I don't know. That sounds like a weird mantra. Yeah, that worried face was priceless. I'm telling you, he doesn't realize he's an actor, but this is how he's going to do all of his new videos.
I've been acting for
single
years.
cam shot with his. That's going to be fun. Yeah, Steve's going back to work. Well, my next job.
Of course,
I'm still listening though. Much love.
His days.
Aloha.
It's right in the middle of his day.
Well, thank you for stopping in and keep listening if you want.
Thanks, Steve.
You dear friend of ours. Cool, John. Great to see. Yep. Yeah,
All right,
Aaron, thank you. I'm holding on. I hit 400
Yeah.
twice, and I kept stepping back into 399.
100.
The 400 has seemed to be holding. If I could start to do my part, maybe I would grow this to 500, and we're going to do that. So, oh God, I was farther back than I thought. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you know, Tommy, you're right. Like he says, crazy how bad that footage was. Now soldiers live streaming Russia. You know, they got TikTok crazy. I did see that where they actually in ditches doing TikTok. It's crazy, man.
You guys tell me, do you want to see footage of horrible footage? But like 2001, I only got a little bit of footage of me and my wife.
Well, I know the answer is yes because I'm saying yes, so I think it's time to do that.
I do have. Well, I have to get it, but I wasn't really thinking about doing it. But now that you're like, I was thinking maybe I should.
You should do it.
I think my wife will really kill me.
Your mom.
If this
your
comes
mom
up.
believes in you.
She believes in me.
She says go for it because, you know, 66. Oh, please. I haven't been 66 since November. Yeah, you got to have leaves on the trees. Just got to do it, Marlene.
Leaves on the trees.
Yeah, I think people want to see it. Lake wants to see it. So Lake wants to see it.
Wow. I mean,
Annie wants to see it. Look at this. This is aggressive. You look so handsome back there.
There's more of my wife than there is of me. It's
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it is. But it's like, it is old school. Let me see here. See if we can get it going.
Are you playing it? You got a tape up? You going to run it? Let me know.
I'm setting it up.
Okay, you doing the setup?
So,
all right, I'll hold off for a second. Marlene says, Jeff, 500 just around the corner. God, it feels like it's around a lot of corners.
okay.
Thank you, Marlene.
This is
You're one of the first.
Jeff, August 2001. This is. So, ready?
Oh my God, let's do it. People are
God,
nail biting. They're so ready for this.
All right. So the guy on the bench press is actually me. So we'll go to here.
You had
here
to tell
is.
people.
Ready?
I don't think we know. Okay. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Uh-oh, we might get copyrighted on this music right here. I
don't care.
The audio down.
It doesn't even matter, bro, because I've gotten hit. I don't even worry about it. Let's play it. Seriously.
Here it is.
Was that about 32 pounds? Yeah. I did that once, maybe in my life, never.
And then
how much was that?
There's me again. So this is me trying the second attempt. I think
that
it's
4 plates?
400 418, that is right there. I missed it.
Damn, so close.
And then this is Gino. This guy is world renowned for being a powerlifting announcer. That guy with the black hat. He's actually did announcing for WWF back in the day. And then look at this lady right here.
Oh my God.
So, yep.
Check this.
Here it is.
I don't think I've ever done that much. Well, maybe once or twice, but maybe.
She doesn't know this is on.
No, she's going to come running down. Oh, she's going to do more than one? Now I'm feeling bad about myself. Dude, that's incredible.
And then
she's like, I think I'm done. Dang.
Now I'm talking. I don't know why I can't hear him. Oh, here.
Getting a little heavy now, huh?
That's me talking.
You gotta work hard.
She's like, stop hitting on me.
5 times.
I'm trying to lift weights. Stop hitting on me. That is incredible.
Come on.
And she does it again. And then look at this.
Right up. Good. Rack it.
You're bossy. That was a deep press, man.
There I am. Look at me.
Look at you.
20 years ago.
Look at this guy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to ask her out after she's done. I don't want to bother her right now. The worst part is, she doesn't even know who he is yet.
I just met her today.
Yeah, just met her that day, right? Followed her out of the shower. God.
She actually just started squatting. And so we were going over technique, and I was filming with this camcorder, and that's why I have this footage.
Was that your moment?
And we just started dating I think April or May.
Yeah.
And it's October here. So, and this is probably like the only footage of we have of this kind of stuff this early on. So,
just the old footage. I don't know why. I love the new details, but something about the raw, grainy footage on film is awesome to look back on. It just seems real. You yelled at her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was mean.
All right, that's it.
John's like, do you want to go to Applebee's with me when we're done? I got a ride.
That's it.
That's awesome.
I think that's enough.
Thanks for sharing.
No, it wasn't
that,
Applebee's. It was Charlie Brown's, by the way.
Oh, Jesus, that's hilarious.
That's
I think
2001, brother.
That's incredible. That went fast, right? 21 years ago.
That's funny. God.
Oh yeah, got some wows and some. Yep, I agree with you. I'm impressed. That's
funny, right?
Buns of steel. Yeah,
Buns
I
of
got to get out.
steel.
I got to get out there and do some.
7-minute buns of steel.
I can barely do a 20 pound
So
squat
Patrick,
these
that
days.
was just a title in the camcorder that you could set up, so if someone's birthday or something, you could punch it right in the camcorder. Like you have to go through, I think like there would be 3 letters, Jeff, or something like that. You have to go 1, 2, 3 to D.
So annoying.
Right,
left, right. Oh, I didn't hit the capital
5
letter.
minutes for one sentence.
So asinine. And we thought it was great tech around that time. And it's like, oh, yeah, I this is the one thing I do. The 500 would be nice for the community tab and also to have 500 subs. But I'm working on it. And everybody here has been a part of the 400. And everybody knows that means a lot to John and I. And I really appreciate that. It's a slow grind, but you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this ride and it's fine. I'd rather go slow and enjoy it than get 1,000 in one day and hate what I'm doing and not enjoy the people. I'm with you. Look at that. Pumping that arm up. She's strong.
Yeah. She actually, in that fall, by spring, she went into a contest and she deadlifted and she was ranked 19th in the nation in her group, in her age group.
Unbelievable. Not unbelievable, but fantastic. Gym footage. That was great. I love that. I'm going to have to break out some old footage too. I don't know if I have any. Yeah, I got some. I don't know if
That's the only video I have of me lifting in any competition ever. So that's it.
It's always a little dicey. When you don't ask your wife if you could put video footage up from 20 years ago. But you know what? His door wasn't kicked down. He's still on air. So I think we're fine. I don't think she was too upset about it. Back in Glutes Tuesday.
Back in Glutes Tuesday, bro.
That's right.
Ham and glutes.
That's right.
Hammy and glutes.
Hammy and glutes. Yeah, nothing wrong with slow grind. I saw it as a compliment, and then I realized when I hit go. But you know what? She's right on both accounts.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to do pelvic thrust with 500.
That's great. Yeah. Anybody else notice John's head was dipping a little bit more than he should have in the gym, but nowadays he'd be thrown out. But back then you could get away with that stuff. And you're filming her.
I met her in the gym. So we met there. I worked there at the time. So I ran the gym upstairs and downstairs. She was, she came in there. She began working there actually. And, what was I going to say? Oh, so I was a competitive powerlifter at the time. So I was really serious about the powerlifting, and I was coaching people. So that wasn't, that was something I loved at the time, is like kind of like this YouTube thing, how much time and effort I put into it, or Jeff, maybe your drums or whatever. That's what powerlifting was back to me back then. So,
all right. You were super into it. Man. Yeah.
I was super into it.
You were going to say something and I'm glad you caught yourself.
Oh,
I'm glad you didn't say it.
I just wanted to say to Darlene that if anything has these colors on the back of your VCR, if it's got the AV colors, the red, the white, and the yellow, if you put a VCR tape in, you can hit play. But the thing is, you need to have some kind of way to an encoder on the other side. This box is just a way to get it from one point to the to connect to.
It's really an adapter.
HDMI.
It's not an encoder.
Yeah,
right. But it's a starting point. It's a starting point. So you need a way to record it.
You need a way to record it. So you'd have to hit play. You'd have to have something like OBS, and then you could record it to the hard drive.
And just so you know, you have to record it in real time. You have to record it in real time. So you're going to watch a 4-hour tape, 4 hours just walk away, but you're going to have to let it record. I've done those VH.
Exactly.
And it can be done, Darlene. And there are places, by the way, not too expensive that you can send those tapes in, and they'll actually take, if it's a VCR, if you're probably tapes, you can send those tapes to places and they'll cheaply put it on a digital format for you, Darlene. So maybe cheaper and easier for you to do that in a way by the time you buy all the stuff, but just a thought.
Right, Patrick.
There are the connectors, yeah.
But that's here's the thing. I already had the little, we live stream, so you need to have a capture card. So they make cheap capture cards for about $20, but $20 plus that box and that cable, it ends up being like $40 or $50 in the end. But now I have it and I can utilize it for any kind of footage like that. You know
what I love about
VCR
Patrick?
too.
I mean, I look at this, I know what he meant, right? And then he's got to follow up and he's got to fix. Hang on a second. Then he's got to follow up and fix connectors. He had an E. I want to fix it. It's like
we know what you meant.
We know what you mean. We know you can spell. Oh, she can't because of copyrights. Well, yep. Then you want to go John's route for sure. Yeah. Yippers. Got that. Yeah. John was singing all that. Did you hear that? That man can sing.
That was Papa Roach in the background.
Oh, was it Papa Roach? Oh my God, it's hilarious. You know, speaking of copyright, that gives me, let me just do a quick update on that before we get too lost.
Sure.
I want to show you some. I haven't talked to you about it lately. So lately. So John, you remember I've been going some stuff. I've mentioned it on here about, I got hit a couple times on live with copyright claims, and I fought a couple of them, and it was really the only ones. I have Epidemic, Slipstream, Sonata.media, and one more, and I'm testing them out. See, the only one I'm getting hit, and it's one I love the most. Now I'm at the top of live. I'm at the top of the live stream here. I'm at 12 seconds in. I'm not using the other one, so I see it. It's just sometimes I miss people because it's moving so fast. I apologize. But I appreciate it. It sounded mean, like I was mad. I'm not. I'm just letting you know. I'm in vMix Social, so all the top is right here at the top, and that's kind of where I'm planted. But so I've been getting hit. I just let it run for a little bit. You want to see my list of copyright claims? Here, hey, check a look at this. Take a look at this fun little nugget. These are all copyright claims.
And you got one today, probably too.
I guarantee it. So I think it was like, I've got 10 copyright claims. Every one of them is from Sonata.media. Yeah. I tried working with them. You know that. And they fixed a couple of them. And we had that discussion about, I really love their music, but the problem, and I want to support real musicians doing their real music. And then what they're doing is allowing Sonata to also distribute that on these licenses. The problem with dealing in that manner, though, is that there's a distributor between the two, because it's not like Epidemic's in-house stuff. So when you have a distributor in the middle of it, and they're not really on the same page, they're just throwing algorithms out there. And I'm sorry. Well, I wanted people to see this. I want, you know, they're not fixing it. So I went to their thing the other day. I'm like, hey guys, love the music, but you guys
want to support them.
I want to support you, man.
You can't sell yourself out either.
No, man. I'm like, I'm not, it's the end of the world that these are not, no, I'm not going to make a lot of money on these lives being monetized. But here's the thing. What if I had put my faith in that for some videos, and one of those videos took off? You know, and that's the thing. Like, this is not cool. And, you know, I talked with their people at Sonata for a long time. I'm a musician. They appreciated that. They wanted the feedback, and they were reaching out. But I told them this last time, I'm like, I've given you enough chances. When I go online from now on, I'm telling people to stay away from you, because this is a no-go for me. The price was good. The music's wonderful. But damn, this is inexcusable. So I went, and all 10 of these or whatever, I know I'll get to chat, but all 10 of these, I put my notice of claim in on them. Out of all of them, only 3 got cleaned up. And because there's this one distributor on several of these songs, will not relent even after 2 or 3 times of me trying to explain to them, hey man, I have a license with Sonata, and I go through all this. It's very helpless. And I feel like this is the problem with YouTube. Like, this should not be this hard. There's got to be a better way for this to work. Now, in this case, I have alternatives and whatever, but we still don't have a lot of power as creatives to get these things fixed. And I just feel like, I don't know, it kind of makes you feel.
It's a pain in the neck. I mean, but here's the thing. Like, we know everything about the copyright things. We know about, you know, just that won't get monetized or whatever. But the whole point is, we're not going to just be doing lives, and we may have videos that take off, and that's our goal. We want to have videos that have 100,000 views, and we want to, you know, we're not looking to not do that. So I want to be in good practice of what we do. Now, live streams, maybe it doesn't matter that much, but is as much, I should say. No, but, you know, down the road, but
let's look at it this way. Okay. I don't care about those 2 cents that I'm not getting every month from these videos. But you know who is? The distributor who's got 5 million plays getting 2 cents a pop on people they've claimed. So it just irritates me they're making all that money. Who do I love the most? I don't love any of them, honestly. I think every one of them leaves something to be desired. Sonata's out. I canceled that. Love the music. Then go to Epidemic
is reliable, but we don't we don't particularly love what they do to the creators so much all the time, you know?
Now, what they do to the creators, and I'll be honest with you, it's a little stale. I feel like it's just very formula, and I'd love to do more for the artist too, but I just, too much of it just sounds all alike. I think they're trying to do more now.
They
Slipstream's pretty good.
They definitely have improved.
Yeah, and what you find is they all have their strength in different areas. Slipstream's really good with sound effects and some other things. And they don't really have a great bumper music, I don't think, and things like that. But they have really good music for just underneath your scene or something. So they all have something a little bit different. So I can't say I love them all, but I would say Epidemic's your safest bet if you want everything from sound effects to different genres and things, and not get copy hit too much. That's my favorite. And don't forget
Harris Heller's
Stream Beats is really good.
Yeah.
And I'll probably start to dip in. I agree. I'll start to dip into that a little bit more. I know there's Artlist. I don't like Artlist. I don't like their library. I don't like their model. There's something about they're expensive. I just can't buy into them yet. So they're not my favorite yet. Lake says, I've had many vids with copyright claims, but I don't monetize those. So, however, I fight because of grocery stores or music from my app I use and pay for editing. There you go. I mean, there's sometimes you just got to deal and just accept it. Just depends on what type of video you're making, you know, and what you want to deal with. You know what? Here's the thing about that, Darlene. That may happen. I actually have a friend that I've been doing some video projects with. He owns a studio here. He's a professional musician who also records and produces. And he's been doing music that would be really good for, I think, this. And we're talking, and he's going to let me start using his homemade stuff, which I'm excited for because I think it's really good. Plus, it's someone I know. It's something that nobody else is using. But I also know some artists, and I'm reaching out to them to say, hey, let me use your music, and then I'll put your name and your link in my overlays and things like that, and promote, you know, the artist if you want, you know. And so far, I'm being met with a lot of, let's do that. So I think that's where I want to go, to be honest with you. Aaron wants to know if I've tried audio.com. No, I have not, but I should take a look at that.
In a lot of my first videos, I used something called Ben Sound, and it was totally free, and they had a paid section, but Ben Sound has a whole free section, and as long as you say that you're using music from Ben Sound, they tell you exactly what to put in the video. Okay. I absolutely never had a copyright claim on one thing, not even one.
See, if they can do that, why am I having a problem with a paid service like Sonata that's trying to make a living?
You're right. I agree. I agree.
There's got to be. I mean, do you care about your product? I mean, I'm actually trying to promote this to people, and you're hamstringing
this is supposed
me.
To be right. I mean, this if you're gonna try to sell to creators, you got to make sure you're not getting a copyright claim on the stuff you're paying for.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's part of the deal. For? God.
Right.
So Vinny's had a problem. He says he copyrighted his xylophone jam at Chuck E. Cheese, and he wants a license. He wants to know if I want a license. I
buy one from Vinny.
I will pay you in empty maple syrup jars that you can reuse. That will be great.
Yeah.
Is Danielle here? Yep. Here we go.
Danielle's here. She's yelling at me for using the clip.
That looks like an angry face.
I know.
What the heck, John? I just turned in and saw. Isn't it always the way that wives know? Like, it's like, I feel like someone's showing a tape of me in 2001 without my permission. You've probably been copyrighted for like the next 20 years with your wife.
I think it was the video when she was dropping the weight. The video shook the house.
Just shook it.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, that was impressive stuff. We were all wowed by it. So I loved it, man. Yeah. You are a rock star. So super impressed. Yeah. Annie's impressed. We're all impressed.
She was very, very talented. There's no doubt.
Yeah. No, you're kicking ass, taking names.
She literally started deadlifting like a month before that. And that's 225 pounds. She's doing sets for 5.
Let's all say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but let's all say, let's give Lake a night and a hug goodbye. Thank you, Lake, for dropping in. You're kind too. And,
thanks. Nice seeing you.
Appreciate it so much for the kind words. That. Yeah, it's very cute. Got later Lakes. Oh, here we go. Rodrigo, The only issue I see with
Yo, what's up,
royalty-free
Rodrigo?
music is that a lot of different channels use the very same track, and that's the thing. And a lot of them are getting from Epidemic. And look, I don't blame them. Like, it's not like Epidemic's wrong or the people who use Epidemic are wrong for using it. It's just that it saturates, right? It just becomes the thing, and then everybody uses that type of music, and then it becomes ingrained, which can be a cool thing. I've always tried to go against the grain, especially as a musician. I just wanted something different. I'm tired of hearing the same old stuff. It rots my brain. And then I tried to do it, and I got 10 copyright strikes. So I got punished for my desire to help out musicians is how I feel. So I guess
that's the thing. It's not free. You're actually paying for the service.
Yeah.
So that's the most aggravating
That's what's aggravating. I paid you. You got what you wanted. Why is it I'm struggling so hard to get something that should be so simple?
Exactly.
It shouldn't be that way. Patrick says he's exhausted of Ben Sound's free stuff. They are awesome.
Well, yeah, you can only go so far.
Oh,
with
I've
their free
exhausted
stuff,
all
and
of
then-
them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, good on you, man. I mean, but yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to reach out to, I have a lot of friends in music business and see what I can do. Like, give me some tracks you don't care about that are out there, or I'll play them only a few times. Now, my concern is you have to do that with music that's not already out there. You got to do it with musicians who are independents. If you get into the musicians that are repped, it's just going to be a nightmare, man. They're already, algorithm. I don't want to get into that. But if there's musicians, and a lot of musicians these days, really good ones, are independents. So the musicians I play with have their own independent labels. So, I can work through them very easily, just no middle person. So I think that'd be, maybe next week, I'll throw something up. Maybe I'll throw something up from one of the bands I play with, and we'll try it. See, I'll have to get in touch with them and check that out. But I think it's a good idea, and I want to put their name up there and just kind of promote them. Sorry.
I wanted to remember last week we were talking about how I picked up the EOS HD Pro Color, and it's what it is if you have a Sony camera, then you pay for this like particular setting setup that they send you via a PDF, and then you can go into your like A6400, anything that that has the color profiles, the picture profiles, and then you go in and you'll have to make adjustments to those picture profiles. The whole idea of it is that it's supposed to give you that look of Canon colors. And so last week I totally screwed it up because I had color correction in my vMix, and so my brain farted and I forgot that I had that on. So today, this is the correct settings.
It looks good. Yeah, you were so yellow last week when you were trying to get everything set up. You were so mad.
Yeah, green and yellow was a mess.
Green and yellow, and you were trying to get it set up, but you can tell the difference.
So this is, I didn't make one adjustment to this at all. So this is just exactly what the settings are in the picture profiles on an A6400. And I must admit, like, the saturations in the colors and the face color now is away from that. Sometimes this, a 6400 has a little yellow tint or a little green extra. And you could tell right off the bat, this looks like like a Canon does, which is a little bit more magenta. But I like it. I'm pretty happy with it.
I think it looks really good.
So if
you could see the difference, and I'm going to have to. No.
Yeah. If no one's ever checked it out, it's called EOS HD Pro Color. They came out with the 5th edition. It's like $30. And so they give you like a bunch of picture profiles that you can use for different types of things. And this is like the normal setting. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. I remember this being available when I had my Canon EOS R, and I was thinking of getting my first 6400, but now I got 2 of them. So I like it. I'm happy with it.
It looks great. Now, let me ask you this, though. I have a 6400. Like, could you send me the color specs and like how you can't send me something I can download into Sony, for example, right? So somebody may go, can you just
you can't download a LUT into it.
Right.
So you can't download anything into the camera. You have to go into the picture profile and then set the settings up. So you go into a picture profile. If you've never done it, I haven't either. So I didn't know that once you go into a picture profile, you actually can build it out. And there's like about 10 different settings in there that you adjust for, saturation, knee color. Like these you know, tons of things. And so
Okay.
you go and put those settings in, and they have a 3 version they started with, I think it was, and then they're up to like 5 or whatever. And I think you could tweak it too to fit your needs. But I mean, this is, instead of having like the average colors out of a A6400,
Yep.
this is great for streaming, you know, because listen, if you're color grading, that's easy, right? You can go in, you can make color adjustments. But if you're streaming and we can't add a LUT into vMix,
Yeah.
you can add a LUT into OBS. But this is just great to have something that's a lot more similar to the Canon colors, which I'm fond of, and 99% of the people usually are. So.
Well, I'm going to do that because I think it'd be really nice to. There's always that little yellow or green, you notice it, and it's like, oh, I can deal with it, but it would be nice to kind of pull that out and tame that a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's get back on these people. I was trying to pull something up in the meantime, and of course,
What's
when
that?
I want something to work, it's like,
Hey, Don, what's going on?
yeah, just saw Don. I'm going to catch up here.
Yeah, Don strolled in, and
Yep.
Dr. Elo is back.
Saw
How you
Dr.
doing?
I know. I saw. I'm getting to it.
Is it just
So-
a PDF they sent you? Yeah, so it's a PDF because they can't send you a LUT, right? Because you can't upload or download a LUT to your Sony camera. So it's a PDF that goes through the steps exactly how to change the picture profiles. I mean, listen, it's information, and maybe you do your own looking online. You might get lucky and find something. Yeah, I didn't like that LUT, Dr. Elo, to be honest with you. It looked like it was just a very simple LUT to me, which was a little bit more saturation and just a little bit more contrast. So
It was a simple LUT. It was a warm day.
yeah, I don't think it
and
was
a
like
simple LUT.
I don't believe it was a personal LUT for somebody. That's what I'm saying, because sometimes people's settings, they need specific, you know, things, and it just looked like a general. I would believe.
Have you? I know there's some people on here that don't really use.
He likes it a
DaVinci.
lot.
Huh? What?
Yes, he likes it. Dr.
likes
Elo
it a
likes
lot?
it a lot.
Okay, hang on
Yeah, he
one
likes it a
second.
lot. That's a lot of information. It's true. These guys are great. That is
Bad, 'cause
great.
here we go. I'm trying to find.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. Okay,
Lot.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, that's fine. I'll
Yeah.
just use this.
He's got a
I
big
didn't-
bassoon.
What? Who's got a bassoon?
Did you ever see Vinny's? Vinny plays the Glockenspiel.
That's just fun.
Yeah.
Does he really?
It's German, and
Oh, that's why.
He eats
Does he wear the
Wiener Schnitzel
lederhosen?
while he plays his Glock? Yeah, he has a big lederhosen.
Okay, there's that. What about creating some cool sounding loops? Yeah, I mean you could, but you know, I have so much time in my day. That's what I want to do. I want to spend some time.
Yeah, just do that.
You know,
Do some for me too.
I'm being
and Don.
I'm just being
Don't
facetious.
forget Don.
Huh?
Do some loops for Don too. While
I'm
you're
not.
at
Okay, I'll do some loops for Don and everybody. It's sounding great. I just don't have time to get done what I get done. I'd rather just pay. I paid for a solution, damn it. But maybe
it.
it'll
You know
push
what it
me.
is though. Jeff wants different music too. He didn't want everybody else, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
the truth of the matter is, if you use Epidemic, you know you've gone there and you're like, oh, that guy, I just did that video and played
sounds
that
like-
song.
like,
he
come
wanted
on, man.
something different.
And maybe I'm being
I know.
too ultralistic. I just like different music, and it gets boring to me to listen to the same stuff all the time. You know,
Right.
and you go on. I tell you what, you go to YouTube channels like we do. You're like, oh god, that song again. Like you pick up on all of it. It's nobody's fault, especially if you think about it. I mean, yeah,
No.
you have stream beats now, and there's more people coming out every day with their own libraries and onlines. But back in the
Yeah,
day,
I
there
mean,
was very few
Tommy
to choose
said-
from. You know,
Tommy just said, you know, because I was on that live stream. I watch a little live stream with Roberto Blake's channel where he live streams,
betcha.
and he's making his own music too. So, you know, there's a lot of money to be made in that. And I don't think people are really diving into that. And I'll tell you, Harris Heller is just making a boatload of money with doing that.
He is.
Boatload.
Yeah. He saw it early on. He was talking about stream
That's
beats
his-
a long time ago and putting that in play. And, you know, it took him a little bit longer. I think he wanted to kind of get it ramped, which is always the way when you're doing these things, but he's doing fine.
Yeah.
And he knows.
Oh,
he's,
more than
he's,
fine.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. That kid's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I remember Acid Pro from way back too, man. You know, nowadays, I mean, you can make a loop so easy on anything. I can make a loop in DaVinci for God's sakes. Rodrigo, I'm all in for composing my own tune so that no one else would have it, and yet they'd probably steal it from me.
My son wants to do it.
I mean, look, there's a lot of fun in that. I don't have the time. But I do know people who are doing it now. I do have a friend, like I said, and so I'm just going to leverage that guy. He already agreed, so I'm going to do it. So I mean, try it out. Why not? What can happen? Promote him a little bit. Promote a couple people. Try it out. Maybe it'll be a big pain in my ass in the end of the day. Maybe I'll end up in a lawsuit. But and I'll be like, just use Epidemic. You know, use the same song over and over and over. You know,
just use the same music
just use
as
the
everybody
same
else.
song. Just stop fighting it. Just take it. So I just want to point out something. I know a lot of people don't use maybe DaVinci, but for the people who do, I want to bring out something that came up in a project I was recently doing. And it stems from, I'm going to bring up the desktop because, the project's irrelevant. This is a project I recently worked on. That's not the issue. I'm in DaVinci and I'm in deliver mode here, down here.
Okay.
So the key here would be the codec, right? Now in DaVinci, starting in DaVinci 17, they added in the non-studio version, the non-paid, the H.265. Okay. And is it really, is it real critical? No, but you will see a bump in speed when you render, especially, let's say you get above 10. Yeah, I did too. You start getting into 10-minute longer videos, you really start seeing it. Some people claim up to 5 times. I think that depends on your system and some other things. That's not really the point. The point is they added that and was having trouble with people on the other end and people who were working on this project with me. And so we would put out, I was pumping them out at the 265.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, I took the file to collaborate on, dropped it into. I can't
play it.
You can't play it. And you know where I'm going. You know exactly
happened
where
to
I'm going. And so what
VLC, right? You told them?
Well, you could go. Yeah, I mean it's the encoder at that plate, right? So if I go, where did I put my stuff? Hang on a second. First of all, this is Sonata. So let's just put a big OX on Sonata. Sonata
with you.
I'm Sonata over. I'm so Sonata over. Oh, here we go. Here's what I wanted. Drag this little thumbnail over here. Hang on a second. Okay. 6 ways to solve. So there are 6 ways. Yeah, you couldn't see the media file. So what was happening is they thought that the media file was not being found in the media pool. It's not the problem. Right. The problem is exactly, and this is a good solution tool, but is Windows. You probably, I don't know about Mac, but for Windows, you're going to run into playback stuff. So they give you, there is a way to deal with that. You just got to go get the HEVC. You've got to go to the Windows store. I'll find it eventually. Jesus, where is it? Oh my God, I must have passed it.
Okay. So that's what you did. All right.
Go to the Microsoft store and just download the Microsoft extension in Google. And you're good to go. It's 99 cents, but and restart your PC.
What?
Yeah, I know.
99 cents.
I know. You're gonna have to sell a camera. But if you're in DaVinci, or maybe you're having other problems with people running stuff like at that format in your Windows, that could be a problem for you. So yeah, I had this person really wasn't in a good spot. I had to just pump out in a different format, but that was annoying.
So just as a tip though, you can download VLC Media Player and open up all your media with that if you want to, and it will play those files.
They will, but if you want to drag and collaborate into DaVinci, and that's a problem, then you're going to have a problem.
It won't work still?
Nope. So if you have the studio version, it seems like they already have that all baked in and somehow it works.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I don't know. So just a heads up if anybody has...
I've never pulled in an H65 file into it, so maybe that's right, yeah.
I can send you one, or you can make one and try
you know what I mean?
You should try it. I'd be curious
I can make one. I have one.
Yeah, you have the power. You know how to... You have the power.
No, I did it. After you told me about it, I got a real world... I got a real world about average of how much faster it was, and it was between it was between like 20 and 25% faster for me.
Yeah, I'm finally finding that about the same. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing short videos, so it's like it'd be like 3 minutes and 40, and then it'd be like 2, I don't know, 35. I mean, there was a noticeable difference, but any speed is good, when you're doing these videos constantly. Brian says, I'm out, guys.
Not enough people are using it.
Patrick says, I'm out, guys, finishing up a video for next Monday, Pi Day. This has been a lot of fun. Way to drop
a lot of fun.
I love that. Good to see you, man.
Patrick.
I appreciate that. What about the quality of the
Thanks for stopping
H265? I can't say that I've noticed any difference.
I watched a lot of videos. On creators talking about this, and they absolutely see, like, from people that are much smarter than me and that are much pickier, they thought there was no loss.
Mm-mm. No, I saw the same thing.
And they weren't saying that it was better.
No.
But they were saying there was no difference. And so the fact is, if you're doing a lot of this, work, you're doing a lot of rendering, you're saving a lot of time.
I saw a lot of side-by-sides, and they were trying to pull deep into both. I mean, they were going crazy deep in the pixels and everything and the outlines, and just nothing really of value to worry about. I think for the speed savings, I'm okay giving out the 0.0009% degradation or whatever. I didn't see any problem with it. So
I don't even know if it exists, but I'm just saying. From what I read, because when we talked about it, I wanted to learn about it. So I watched definitely about 8 to 10 videos on it.
Oh yeah,
and what people were saying about it, and I couldn't find anybody that felt any fault with it in general. But it wasn't always the fastest. Okay, because depending on if you had a Mac, if you had a Silicon Mac, if you had an M1 Mac, if you had an AMD chip, if you had an Intel, there was a lot of differences throughout the whole, and what they were noticing is, like, because the 265 encoder is supposed to be less room taking up, they were noticing, like, in some of these setups, it was actually taking more room than the 64. And so there was a lot of variables in everything. So, look what you got, check out what you have, and then see what the tests show in general. But I noticed that, and I was shocked by that, because the M1 Macs are still going through a lot of upgrades. I mean, like right now, I see constant DaVinci, everything. Just it's like always upgrades for the M1 to be optimized better.
Yep.
So
it's always about them. Thanks for everybody for hitting likes. Appreciate that. You guys have always been really strong with that, and it helps the channel. Quality difference won't matter because of where the video is being consumed on the phone. I mean, that's the thing.
Another
like,
factor.
It's squeezed so small. Like, who's going to see those minor? And we don't even know really. It's so hard to tell. It's just not worth worrying about. I will take the speed on that one.
It's not.
But
that's
you're
what
right
I got
about
out of it. It's not even worth discussing, really.
No, but I mean, I like the conversation. But we are over 85% on phones now when we consume things. So on the web, which is weird, but. I mean, but I say that, and then there's so many times you have to go to your computer to do stuff. Like, there's certain things they won't let you change things unless you do it from a desktop. And so I'm like, God, what if you don't have a desktop? You're really kind of screwed. You're like, well, I'll just use the desktop version on the browser. No, it doesn't work half the time. So I don't know.
Well, I have been keeping an eye on things all the time, and at this point, we're starting to see a drop in prices on the video cards, the NVIDIA cards. Yep. And I'm keeping my eye out for a 30, 60, 12 gig. And they would go for around $325 if there was no, bump in price right now.
Right.
And now they're finally, I could pick up one from somebody up the street that's new that bought it for $550, whereas about a month and a half ago they were going for $750. So if I can get my hands on a 30, 60, 12 gig, and the prices because they're coming out with the new Ryzen line soon, and so the top end CPUs have dropped hundreds of dollars in price. So I literally can pick up a really top notch And I didn't want to go overboard, right? Because that's the key, Jeff. I think a lot of times is knowing what you need and not getting and spending more money for something that you will never use. So it's a fine line, because if you do, so you kind of like got to know a lot to make those decisions. So it's not so easy. So what a lot of people end up doing is spending the most money because they're like, doesn't matter, I'll spend a couple hundred more. But not everybody has a couple hundred after they spent a couple thousand on getting whatever they need for their studio, especially the PC.
That's how it's working out.
You know,
for me,
but I'm telling you, I'm ready to upgrade to Ryzen 9 5900, and it's going to be 24 threads, and it'll be a superstar CPU with that, because the price they've come down hundreds of dollars.
Big deal. Probably now's the time.
So that's my goal.
I want to build one too, so I really start looking at that because they could go right back up, especially the way things are going. So Rodrigo says, does DaVinci Resolve cope with 64-bit audio? It's something I can't use with the editors I use. I can't say that I ever... I never really had...
I don't think so.
I never really had a thought about using 64. That's a great... I'm just kind of doing a quick jaunt here real quick, because that's a good question. Where did my preference thing go?
Wouldn't it?
I mean, I've never really bothered to go about 48 on most anything that I'm going to do online. So I guess I don't.
Yeah, almost everything that is going out as video nowadays is 48.
Yeah. So 64? I don't know, man. I'm not.
But wouldn't it be what you're pulling in anyway?
Yeah, I mean that's the other issue. I mean, what are you doing that needs 64-bit? Like it's a CD. It's like CD quality. So
no, he doesn't want it.
Oh, he doesn't want it.
No.
He just can't.
I mean, 24-bit, 128 kilobytes is CD quality. So that's way
true.
above.
Right. That's way above. So I'm not sure what's going on.
I mean,
what are you trying to do, man? I'd be curious what you're trying to
32
do.
float.
I'm curious. Arkansas Living. Is it going down your way?
Hi, Arkansas Living.
M1 Garand. Yeah.
They dropped. There's some Amazon this past week have dropped to the lowest prices for.
Why do you think that
Mac
is?
Mini.
Why of all times now do you think we're seeing drops?
Because they're coming out with the Max, M1 Max.
That's right.
And so I'm telling you right now, like it's not up my alley, because I just think there's so many compatibility issues that I don't like when it comes to streaming and PCs. And I think I'm happy to have a PC when it comes to streaming and all this stuff. I would rather have that. But who knows, a year or two from now, that can definitely change. That M1 chip is pretty amazing. I mean, it literally runs on almost nothing, and it's really capable. And the CPU is super capable. I just don't think the GPU is not there yet, and I don't think everybody's willing to. I don't think they've gotten there where they have everybody on board to optimize for everything, because if they could, I don't think they want to crush NVIDIA. You know what I mean? Like the competition's pretty fierce, but that CPU is amazing.
Don says, are you guys really taxing your CPUs and GPUs at the moment? Is it necessary to upgrade either? Are you editing 4K? Okay. A lot of good questions.
Right.
Okay. First question. Are you taxing your CPU and GPU? No.
So my CPU, I am not, right? But if in the next year, I'm looking at it. Okay. So right now, when I'm streaming with Jeff and I have like 60 inputs or 70 inputs in vMix, and we're streaming and I got other stuff up, and my CPU right now at a total is at 20%. Okay. So I definitely don't need that upgrade yet.
Yep.
Okay. But the GPU right now with everything open, and got to remember, I do have the HDMI card in there, the PCI, and I'm running it at 53% right now. So if I go to a 3060, my motherboard has the ability to do resizable bar, for vMix. So that way I can use a lot more VRAM for vMix, and then The main concern is if I want to keep on putting more inputs in here that have video in them, that I don't start getting above, 60 or 70%.
I'm about there too. My CPU's are on 20. My GPU is at 43. I'm about the same amount of inputs.
53 right now.
I guess, and then we get the conversation. Well, what about when you're working with DaVinci? I'm not having problems with at this point running DaVinci. If I go to, I'm running 4K video in and then squeezing it down to 1080 up. So I'm not having problems, but I mean, even when I'm not running 4K, I do run DaVinci at half resolution playback when I'm editing to keep everything nice and smooth. Most people, even with really good computers, have to do that. They do it anyway, just to keep it ultra smooth. So, I mean, that could be cool, but I'm not going to upgrade just for that. But I don't know. Maybe rendering speed could be, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with my computer, but I am a laptop. And as great as it is, I think a desktop is going to be better. And then I have eyes on getting the internal Cam Link, the Elgato.
Yeah, the Cam Link Pro.
So, yeah, the Cam Link Pro.
Right.
So, I mean, I just like to do that.
Like right now, right? If I was to upgrade, it's the CPU. I would be going from, I would be able to resell my CPU used, right, for $150. That's exactly what I paid for it over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it would be literally a $250 upgrade, and I would have a Ryzen 9 5800X. So that would put me at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
You almost can't buy a better one for gaming, but it's also it has enough threads to be a really good workhorse for productivity. And rendering it's going to be its main factor, because the more threads is the better, you get a better render.
Absolutely. My other issue is going to be as I set up the 8-channel Focusrite for recording live drums. That'll do better too. Always on a desktop with the Pimp Daddy stuff. So, I'd like to take this laptop as remote for my recording and things, and then have a permanent desktop for streaming and recording. And so that's probably my other thing too. It's more out of convenience than the inconvenience that I have of things not working. I guess I can't really complain. I have no complaints. I'm very fortunate. Hey, Noel, how you doing? From Puerto
Noel,
Rico.
nice to see you. Puerto Rico in the house.
Dapperly dressed.
How you doing, buddy?
I feel like I haven't dressed up that much since COVID started. Like I haven't been in any really great clothes.
Yeah, me neither.
I've worn out all my t-shirts. I mean, I put a hat on and a new shirt today, but not new. I washed it. That's about it. After that, it's just like whatever. You know, one of the last things I wanted to ask, and let me ask everybody. I know what you're going to answer because you know better what you should say. But we're using combinations, all of us, of things on our hard drive, our internal drives, of even external, of HDDs and SDDs or SSDs rather. And I guess my
STDs,
not STDs. Do you?
Some of you are
solid state drive.
Some of you are using STDs.
Are you calling people out here? Because we probably shouldn't. No. That'd be a weird way for this channel to go. All of a sudden, we get probably 4,000 views. My question to everybody that's watching on your hard drives: Do you periodically go through and defragment your hard drives? Of course, in the old school days, it was like, oh yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it all the time, and you did. Boy, remember, you had to at some point. Especially if you had a lot of data on there, at some point you're like, oh, and it really helped. It's like freshen it up, fragment it out. So the reason I asked that is
defragging was like the thing, because it optimized where all that stuff was, and it read off of what you were using the most, so it would put things in sectors that were closer, and it made sense. Yeah,
because over time, the way it would just put, I got some spot to put stuff here and here, but after a while, what happened is it's like, well, that's not related. These are related, but they're on the other side of the disk. So it would bring all that information closer to each other on the disk. It reorganized it like a wizard. Now with SSD, of course, that's not what's happening, right? It's really about opening up and closing cells. So they're actually called cells, target groups. So it's not a mechanically driven hard drive.
No.
Brian Griffin jumped right on and said, "Don't defrag SSDs."
That's it.
I'm going to put it up there. Yes, John is your go-to guy on that. There'll be an after show STD show with John, and he will take you guys where you want to be with that. He won't even wear a hat for it. Rodrigo said, I used to defrag back when I had hard drives, SSD, I don't touch a setting. So yeah, the simple rule of thumb is you can do it, but the reason you don't want to do it, it doesn't really do anything for you. And SSDs, of course, have limited rewrite. It has limited read-write life cycle.
Exactly.
So when you're doing that, all you're doing is killing the read life. Now with the new ones, and some people have lost information, by the way, doing that. Rare. Why bother? Why bother doing it? It's just one of those things where somebody was talking about the other day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got to just blanket statement." And I'm like, "What are you telling people with all the SSDs out there, Jen? Why would you tell people like that without couching? Hey, man, but only if you have an HDD. Don't be doing an SSD wrong here.
Who knows?
But people give out weird information all the time. But I was just curious. It seems like people know better.
The same reason why you and I had a discussion while I heard someone talk about why they use Macs, and they were like, I use Macs because they last longer. And I was like, what? Till last year, they were using Intel stuff. Yeah. So how does it last longer?
Please, for the life of me, show me.
Silly answer.
Please, okay, I got an answer for you. Now, I think they're great products, so it's not that. But on this answer of Macs last longer, first of all, show me that survey. Show me where you got that information.
I don't get
Two,
that.
I'm just going to throw this out there. There's a certain community of Apple product consumers, John, if you would agree, that tend to like to buy new things all the time to show off to friends. So are they lasting longer? Or people just cycling through because they want to get the newest and latest, greatest? PC people generally just hold on to stuff a lot longer. I've noticed.
Yeah.
They tinker with it generally.
I think people just,
I don't know.
They like a certain ecosystem, right? There's really not an ecosystem for maybe PC stuff, right?
Yeah.
And there is a bit of an ecosystem going on with Apple, right? Because that's the whole point of it all. But it doesn't really super hamper the majority of people.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's that 15% that get it, and it works out for them, and everything at work is what they use as a Mac and home and this and that. And then the ecosystem comes together because they have an iPhone too. But let's just be honest, the majority of the businesses aren't using Macs, they're using PCs, so
yeah, they have that
that's proven. That's a fact.
I want to say, you're right. I want to say again, hi, Dr. Rob. I know you jumped in early. Say hi. Hello, gentlemen, yourself. Good to see you. I want to also, we got Sprinkle with Cards sitting in here.
Cards. Yeah.
How you doing? Welcome. Appreciate
it.
You come loaded to gun with a question. Love it. If I compose my music on an iPad app, will I still get a copyright? Because I got one when I used Epidemic Sound. So no, you won't get it. You shouldn't get it unless you're really, really close to some other song that they're infringing. But that would be insanely, almost impossible unless you were stealing a certain words or riff. So no, you'd be safe, completely safe. And I do know some people have, some people have gotten hit with Epidemic.
I was going to say, and my son probably is using the same app for his Android where he does it on his phone. And he made me a song too. And that was the idea, to start using some stuff that he was going to make, not to have any copyright issues. So you should not have a problem, like exactly what Jeff said.
Yeah, I mean, Sprinkle, the way this goes is that a distributor or the owners of that particular piece of music, and usually it's no longer the original band, they'll go on and they'll put the algorithm on, which listens for anything that's remotely close. And so unless somebody's putting out something purposely, if they don't have your music to do that or whatever, now, you might want to look into something like ASCAP, which is a music trademarking company. It just depends. Like, if you don't have a trademark and somebody hears it and they take it, how are you going to, and then it gets into, it could be a thing, but I'm going in the deep end of a needle in a haystack of probabilities. In other words, I don't want you to worry about that because it's more than likely never going to happen. I'll put it this way. You're going to get hit more with Epidemic Sound than you making your own music on the app and putting it out there on your videos. All right. So that's just a fact. So I say you're good to go. That's awesome. Glad you're doing it. That's great. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go pick up an app and just. I don't have the time for this nonsense.
A lot
I
of
can't
people do it.
I know they do it, but I just.
You know, but
I don't want to do it.
It's hard to be good.
Maybe Sprinkle will do it for me.
It's hard to be good. Thanks, Aaron.
Got a Sprinkle with card. You know, I mean, I'm going to hire Sprinkle.
Thank you, Sprinkle with card.
That's great, Sprinkle. After when we're done later on tomorrow, when you come by, whatever, drop a thing in the comment section.
Just a shout out.
Your channel.
We like to say this all the time is after the stream is over and if you guys come back and you want people to find you, because a lot of small YouTube channels, a lot of times they're a little bit difficult to find on YouTube, drop a comment in the comments for Jeff's video, his live stream, and then people can find you, go back and check and see who left a comment. Yeah. So I would do that if you guys want to mingle.
It helps.
So
I mean, that way, and John and I can go and check it out. Check things out. We like to check out people's stuff. We're small too. I mean, I'm really small, but I mean, size is not the problem. We just support and by Sprinkle coming in and saying hi, ask a question.
I told my wife.
That was. Is that how you do it? Sprinkle. Oh, thank you, gents. The stream is very informative. I'm learning a lot. That's awesome. That makes our night.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that. John's initiative reminds me that Electric Boom uses his daughter's piano tracks in his videos. Sounds like a healthy alternative. So Electric Boom uses his daughter's piano tracks. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you have a tie-in, oh my God, that's such a great. I gotta leverage my friends, but you know what? The problem with that is that's like them saying, "Hey, I know this guy makes a website. Maybe he'll make me one for free." But I mean, I can at least promote them, and they've already made the song anyway. I didn't ask them to make a new song for me. I'll just take songs that they have and put together like a streamer's list, and put together 5 songs. I'm not gonna make. Oh, now the trick is, if I use them in a a recorded video, I'd be happy to either pay a one-time royalty fee if their song was in it, or whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. Like I don't mind giving back that way too. But for the live streams, I mean, I'm not going to get paid anything on live streams. Jen. No. It doesn't matter until it matters. That's just a fact. Yeah. I mean, your hard drive.
That's it.
Your SSD drive.
SCSI drive.
Your SCSI drive. Your flash disk. Size doesn't matter.
Your floppy drive.
You guys get your mind out of the gutter.
3.5-inch floppy.
There's so much wrong with that particular phrase that that's like the date killer. Hey, what do you have? I have a 3.5-inch floppy. That's just we're done.
Goes
we're
good
done
with
here.
my dongle.
We're done here, right? When you say shit like that. This date is over. Next. That's like if you were on one of those what are those rotating dates, like lunch date.
Does your SCSI interface with your dongle?
Do you have an adapter for your SCSI and the computer PCI board? I need a little.
Yeah, my floppy doesn't communicate with my dongle like it used to.
My
just want to let you know.
I think I don't have enough adapters for your dongle to fit on my PCI card, so I don't think it's going to work out, John. I don't think it's
my 5 1/4.
It's not me. It's you, John.
Doesn't.
John, it's you, not me. Slippery.
Genetics. It's genetics, really, when it comes down to it.
Don't blame me. Blame my grandfather.
Right. Got to blame somebody.
You know, this is genetics. Go to Ancestry. You want to be depressed? Go to your ancestrytree.com. So we've been doing that. Turns out I've got some really strange inbred criminal relatives up the tree. Don't go there. That's depressing.
Potatoes.
You're going to find out where you're going to get warts all over your body and everything. It's like, ugh, God dang.
We are really old. That's the problem, Rodrigo.
Yeah, so funny. Rodrigo chimes in. How many people here know what a floppy drive is? Maybe we're really old.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you went to a high school right now, I don't know that they would know what a floppy drive. I mean, I could say that probably to people maybe 30 and younger, right?
No, there's no way they know.
They don't know, right? What a floppy drive. I walk up to a 19-year-old kid right now and say, I want your money and your floppy drive.
Yeah.
Rob him. He'd be like, listen, boomer, this is not going to happen. You need to walk away.
So
floppy drives are not new stuff.
Yeah,
that's punch cards.
No, they're not. I've had a floppy drive since I was 15.
Omega Scuzzies. Remember when they had the Omega Scuzzy drives?
Yeah, you got to wash them.
Yeah.
Got to get in the cracks and wash them.
Yeah,
really good.
it's a dirty thing. You know, you're a happy place too, Jen. Thank
The
you.
what I do need to do though, just to let you know, since we are tech, I don't know, whatever, but
I guess
I need to upgrade my BIOS for my motherboard, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to do a video on that actually, because so here's the
it's
dealio.
easy,
I
but
think
you can mess everything up.
I think
so
that's.
fast.
But here's the thing, right? I think people, they try to make things so much easier, and in turn, they make them more difficult, right? They don't want to get people in the BIOS because they feel like if they can get them in the BIOS, they could mess something up, right?
Yep.
So they do things without getting them in the BIOS to update the BIOS that is actually harder.
Yeah.
So it cracks me
Right.
up. So
Yeah.
so I went and looked for a video because they have a button that you push in the back and they want you to take out your CPU. And I'm like, dude, my computer's already built. I'm not taking out a CPU. I am not taking out a power supply. You can actually update without a power supply on these. So what it is good for is if you buy the motherboard, right? You say it's a year old.
Right.
You go home and you put a thumb drive in it and you can update the BIOS with nothing attached. And that's great, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, when you have everything done, if you just go right into the BIOS, it's like finding a file on your hard drive, and that's it. So I'm going to do a video on it, and meanwhile, update my BIOS so this way it will accept the brand new Ryzen CPUs.
And then we don't see him for 2 weeks because the BIOS update fried out everything.
I hit the wall.
I've had that happen, man. You can't
Oh,
have
yeah.
a power interruption
Yeah,
on a
but it's
BIOS
not hard.
update. That's what I'm saying. Cat kicks your cord out.
I mean,
Could be
back in the
problem.
day, though, you would just have a BIOS puller, and you could buy a BIOS for $8, and then you would just pull out the old BIOS and put the old BIOS in. But it will brick until
and
you
play.
get the BIOS and put it back in. You wouldn't be able to use it. But the other thing is that's what I want to do. I got to update the. Oh, so I was thinking like I want to record the BIOS page, and I was like thinking, how am I going to do that? So I thought to myself, instead of getting a camera and facing it at it and recording it, I am going to get an HDMI cable that goes to my wife's laptop, and then I'm going to record it in OBS, and that's it. That's the way I'm going to do it. So this way I can have an actual picture of the full size, and not look like, I'm filming. I don't want to do that.
I don't like doing the filming on the thing. Sometimes I'm like, that looks like garbage. Some things I can do through NDI, but if you got to shut things, do some weird things, it's not going to work out that way. Yeah, I remember when data was on cassette tapes too. I mean, and quite honestly, the data on tape is going to last longer than the ones on CDs. That's what's so scary in a way, but people are going to think we're all like our technology ended in like 84, with beta. All that's left data someday will be like on VHS tapes. And I'll be like, Jesus, these people are just weird. Yeah, so Jim doesn't like flip-flops, I guess. I don't know what that's going on there. He doesn't. I never liked flip-flops either. Oh, I get it. Well, I actually like flip-flops, but I broke a rib in a flip-flop once because I live on a hill. And you know how you're shooting basketball, it's great. But I missed. You got to be careful shooting a basketball on a hill because when you miss and it hits the road, it's going 100 miles an hour down the road. So I'm really pretty good at basketball, but I missed. And it went in the road. And I didn't want a car to kill a kid, so I ran after it. But it's a hill, and I'm on a flip-flop, and I'm sweating. Oh. And the flip-flop started doing that flip-floppy thing. And I went down, and then I went on my back to turn, and I heard it crack. And I couldn't move for like a month. I was like, cracked all these ribs.
So is it those flip-flops that have like the little thing that goes between the toe?
Yeah.
Is that what you had?
Yeah.
I absolutely hate those, and I've never had a pair ever in my life.
Really?
I put them on
Really?
a
Why?
store, like in a store. One time I tried them on and walked like 5 feet with them. And I said, who the hell wants that thing between their toe like that? It hurts and it's annoying as hell. I never wanted that. So I never had a pair.
Well,
Just let you know.
I'll be honest with you, they're very limited use. I think their best bet is for a beach. But even on there, the problem I have with
but
them,
why not get the Adidas? Why can't you get the sandals?
You mean the leather ones you got to buckle up?
Toes. Listen, you buckle up. They're rubber. They're foam.
I mean, you're right. They're safer. The flip-flops are so dangerous. And you see people have had accidents in cars with them because they're screwing around with them. They get off and they get stuck underneath the brake. So that has happened to people at times as well. Did I freeze up? We froze up. Did you see that?
Brian's got CNC machines. Must be.
I have a freeze up.
Got
here.
a nice little business.
Can you hear me? No?
What's that?
I'm froze.
Yeah, I hear you.
My camera's froze.
You're froze.
Yep. Oh, it's YouTube. No, it's me.
Yeah.
No. What's going on here?
Yeah. I think it was YouTube because I actually saw you moving and then YouTube froze as you were moving. Yeah, there was a freeze, but I don't think it was you, Jeff.
Is there any sound, guys? I can't even, I am jacked. There is nothing. I can't get control of anything. Let me see here. I can't even get to my task menu.
Someone's saying you froze. Yeah, but he didn't freeze in front of me. So I'm on the call with him. And usually if his internet messes up, I can see it. And so I never saw you freeze. But when I looked over at YouTube, I saw YouTube frozen.
I can't even get into my task menu.
So which is odd. I have buttloads of old tech hardware and software. I know I have.
Yeah, read the stuff for a second.
Done Colorado 250 megabyte types. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Tommy, probably those things are more and more because that's what I was saying. Tommy is so about 2 years ago, I was looking at and seeing what this Handycam was going for on eBay, and people were getting $68, $88 for this Handycam. Now I have a bag. I have the original power cord. I have a battery. I have tapes, and everything works. And you can get as much as $250 with this now. So I find that pretty amazing actually but the only problem is now I showed my son this whole thing and he's in love with it. I don't know what it is with my son, but he's got a tape recorder now and he loves it. And he's got that his grandmother got and and this Sony cam. He likes the old tech and just checking it out and seeing it and thinks it's cool.
Well, this is fun.
What's wrong?
I can't even get a task manager up. Everything is absolutely locked out. And I just want to put it out here. Guess who updated his PC today? But I updated it. But I've never been locked out of my computer like this, ever in my life. I've always been able to get something up.
Okay. Brian says he's seeing you freeze from time to time.
Not like this. This is, I don't even remember the last time I froze though, honestly. But
AGP gaming cards. Yeah, I saw you saying that, Tommy, a while ago. I had a bunch and I had some good ones. I think the Radeon 9800 was the big one back in 99, 98. I bet you those are fetching some good money. But I sold them. I sold them all now. I don't have. Actually, one of my friends, I gave them a whole computer and he still has it. I told him 10 years ago, don't throw it away, but I never heard back from him. There's no way he's using it anymore, but there's a piece of copper in there that must be worth $50 and a heatsink alone. And he's got a Radeon 9800 in that too. But he's got a power supply that's actually good too. That was years ago. Now I can't hear you. Kind of like Jeff like this when I can't hear him. It's really quiet now, right? It's kind of soothing. Do you guys want me to talk to you? And maybe we should go to sleep and I should talk like this and take a deep breath in and exhale on 2, 3, 4. And right now, we're thinking about getting up tomorrow. Make yourself a nice breakfast. It's always good to eat breakfast in the morning. I'm going to do 3 eggs over easy. The OG Sound Blasters are going for $500. Holy Jesus. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Darren, live streaming is always something bound to go wrong, but I'm looking at YouTube right now and I had power go out. Jeffrey Smith is calling me. Oh my God. That's weird because I'm actually on a stream with him. Also, hey. I want to hang up and get back on the stream. You're on YouTube. Yeah, you're on YouTube right now, and we're on the phone on YouTube. It's kind of. Are you calling Intel? All right. All right. You could play drums right now. It'd probably be good. Wouldn't hurt. He's going to wing it right now. He's putting his earpieces in. I can. No, there's no sound from you on YouTube. You may want to upgrade your system sooner than later. Yeah, Don, I was going to do that. We should. Go ahead.
What's that?
See, Don's like, you should put him on speakerphone.
John, I'm so sad.
Well, I don't know. I think this is perfect timing maybe to end the stream. We are at 2 hours.
Yeah, no, we got to end it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I appreciate everybody that came out tonight.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
You need a BIOS update.
Well, no.
Oh my God, I lost him. I just lost you, bro. That was phone. Maybe they got him. They shut down his computer. They just shut down his phone. What's next? I don't know what's going on. This is now he's calling back. I don't know if he's going to answer. Let's see. Hello? Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, we got attacked again. So I had to shut everything down, turn the lights off. I'll be there in a minute, Zelensky.
Don't talk too loud. They might find you in the basement.
I wish I could show you a photo. Everything is black. It's like they cut power to the building.
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't. We had power outages throughout the town the last 2 days because we had super high winds, and I was like, man, I hope my internet works when we stream. And so I was lucky to get out alive. So
here's the fun part. I can't get on YouTube to kill the stream. I'm gonna have to go on my phone and kill it. So that'll be fun. my computer's down.
This is awesome.
I'm in perpetual hell.
But can you kill it on vMix?
I mean, I can reboot my computer at this point.
Yeah, reboot it, and then it will probably kill it anyway. But you could just go and make sure it's killed.